It's been so much fun since we met. Me and you met. I think we were talking about it like 6 or 7 years ago.
Yep,
Now,
6 years.
6 years
Yeah.
through heavy metal, and we got to go through some heavy shit together.
Yeah.
And it's been an honor, just like with these guys, like the people that I honor the most are on this side of the table, and I love this. And you went through some pretty heavy shit, and you were able to stay on point and grow through that.
Yeah.
And I mean, as much as you want to talk, however much you want to give a little backstory, and
Yeah.
because it was fucking, one of the most beautiful things that you said to me was, this happened, and I'm so grateful that I'm sober, because if I wasn't, this would have been all about me.
Right.
I would have turned it all on me,
Right.
and you didn't.
Well, and I think the unique thing is that that I like we both got to watch you go through it.
Yeah.
Like you've been around long enough, and we've known you long enough that we were with you like as it happened, and to a certain extent, like we're familiar with
Well, and to an
the
extent,
situation.
it happened to you guys too.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I guess that's sort
yeah.
of what I was trying to say about.
Right. Oh yeah.
But
And then we went to Corn.
right.
And then we went and seen Corn.
Then we went and saw Corn.
All three of you went to Corn?
Yeah.
Well,
that was
I just happened to be there.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it
okay.
was kind of
yeah.
crazy.
I wasn't in the picture yet.
No,
No,
you're,
yeah,
you're still
so
drinking.
I was still out there.
You're still
yeah, I
getting hammered.
was still fucked up. Yeah.
But
So-
yeah, I would love to hear more about that.
Yeah. Where to start? That's a tough one. So, back in the day, I've kind of started to I'm figuring out different ways to compartmentalize my life into sections of before recovery, after recovery,
Right.
before
Oh,
my new
sure.
wife, after my new wife.
Right.
Because my life is totally different from point to point. So back in the day, I was in a really unhealthy relationship. We were married for over 10 years. Very, very codependent. We allowed each other to get away with and do a lot of things that we shouldn't have been doing. And that's what kind of maintained our relationship, was we allowed each other to get away with, using, drinking, whatever, any bad behavior
Sure.
we wanted to. And yeah, it was messy and ugly and fights and all that fun stuff. So finally, after a long haul of using, fighting, drinking, rehab, all that fun stuff, I finally decided, I really can't do this anymore. So we get sober. Marriage falls apart. Typically, that's kind of the case. Usually when you get
Not
sober,
uncommon.
it's
Yeah.
not uncommon.
Yeah.
Statistically, that's a tough thing to pull through, and kudos to Willie for doing so.
Thank you.
More your wife, I'd say.
Yeah, I'll let her know.
Thank you, Avery.
Yeah.
And so after years and years, the marriage is clearly not working. We decide, maybe we should just call it quits. But I figured I got to get sober first. We put in enough time. We have kids. We got to figure out if this thing is real. Is it the substances that are messing it up? Is it really us? What's not really going on, or what's working, what's not? And then after I got sober, I realized, holy crap, that was actually what was maintaining it.
Huh.
That's what made it tolerable, was
Right.
the using. Our relationship is way worse than I thought. So we pulled the plug, and then that kind of began a process of kind of a crazy transition for me. I've been working in sales for a long time, always kind of had an interest in mental health, or doing like therapy, or being a social worker. I wasn't sure what, but after my wife and I, our ex-wife, we get divorced. It doesn't work out. Pretty shortly after that, she got murdered. You guys remember that? That was
Yeah.
Yeah, we
that was pretty
remember.
wild. Yeah. And I'm not going to get into that incident, but basically, I called Willie. I said, "Man, I gotta talk." So
I'm
we
getting
go down
chills.
to Denny's on 12th Street, at Flying J, and I tell Willie what happens. And Willie and Cam, you guys knew my ex, so that hit a little closer to home for you guys, I think, than it did for some. But I was at a crossroads, and it was where I'm either going to go back and just completely fuck my life and keep going the way it was, or I need to do something new. And I had enough sobriety under my belt at that time. I'd been sober for maybe 9 months,
Something like that.
and that's what we did. So, bared down with the support that I have, Didn't do it alone. Tried to make it about me because pretty much everything else in my life to that point had been about me. So again, tried to make it about my kids, make it about other people in recovery, make it about the people I wanted to help. And it really gave me the opportunity to kind of hit the reset button on my entire life. I quit my high-paying job. I got a job as a psych tech making $10 an hour, so I took a 75% pay cut. And I was a single dad with 2 kids, and I decided, you know what? I'm going to go take my prereqs and go back to school. I want to be a social worker.
Boom.
I'm tired of selling shit to people that they really don't need. I want to make an actual impact in people's lives. And without sobriety and without trauma, I wouldn't be here. So I am grateful for my trauma. And when we go into rooms or, AA, you hear people say I'm a grateful alcoholic, right?
Right.
I'm a grateful trauma survivor.
Yeah.
And for me, I feel privileged that I get to say that because I'm at a place where I am now. For a lot of us, what the fuck are you talking about? We hear people say that too in meetings, like, why are you happy you're an alcoholic?
Yeah.
It's the same idea, right? And it's a matter of perspective. It's that lens that we talk about, right? Do I want to help people? Do I want to grow, or do I want to fall back? So, and that kind of goes into how I live my life for the most part today. It's like I'm either moving forward or I'm going back.
Right.
So I'm either running an extra mile today or I'm not.
Right.
There's no staying the same. It just doesn't work for us. Or at least doesn't work for me. So.
Right. And I remember you saying, like, well, I'm gonna embrace single dad, and it was fun.
Yeah.
Like I watched.
I just got the chills thinking about it.
Yeah, I watched a single man, like, really take that role and honor it, right? Like those kids, like, became everything. And you guys grew together, got tight.
Oh man, I didn't realize
Yeah.
how bad I was screwing the whole thing up.
Right.
I didn't. Like, I was like,
Right.
things are going good. I'm sober. I'm doing this new job, even though I'm making shit money.
Right.
Things are still cool. I'm making an impact. I'm working with people. I'm learning. My kids were, holy shit, they were falling apart though. So as much as they had stability, it was like the first time they'd really had stability. So they're like, what the hell is this? What are you doing? So, and I'm, I wasn't educated at all yet. I didn't know how to do behavior yet. Like, I've learned a lot over the last 6 years. But it's been so hard for me to, like, look back and go, man, I was a shit dad during that period. As compared to what I was doing
Right.
before, it was massive amounts better. But I didn't realize how bad it was until I met my wife, Melissa.
Right.
And good Lord, like, within minutes, she walked in and kind of saw what I was doing, and she saw it from afar. We've talked about this a few times, but she looked at kind of some of the things I'm doing. She's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Well,
I know your best of intentions, but you are fucking these kids up. She's like, you got it. We got to do something about it.
Yeah.
So fortunately, we're together now, and that is, like, kind of the new reset for me. It's before Melissa and after Melissa.
Okay.
So now I'm in the AM stage of my life, where I think more about what I do before reacting. I don't focus on instinct as much. I question myself a lot more. And
Kind of
I've
play the
got
tape through.
And I have my best friend in the whole fucking world there to help me do it with
Yeah.
every day. So absolutely love my wife. So.
Yeah, you picked up a couple other kids.
I did.
And
Wow.
So I got 5 kids now.
yeah, you went from 2 to 5,
2 to 5 overnight.
single to married.
Single to married.
and your wife is also a psychologist.
She is working on her LMFT. So I guess if you want to, I'll be a CSW here in a couple of months, and she'll be an MFT. But basically, I'm the generalist practitioner of the family. Like, I just do, like, basic mental health stuff and social worky stuff, and she's the specialist.
Oh,
So
I
she
see.
does marriage family counseling.
Sounds like you're both BAMF, which is badass motherfucker.
Nice. Nice.
So yeah, we are a very mental healthy family.
That's great.
Mental health family. We talk about everything. We talk about sex. We talk about masturbation. We talk about porn. We talk about food. We talk about mental health. We talk about.
That's how it should be.
You're not supposed to talk about that stuff, Jay.
You know?
Why?
Taboo.
Why?
Honestly, why the fuck are we not talking about that? Like, why that never happened in my childhood, and
No.
I would have really appreciated it.
I had
that.
a dose of it. And
None.
like one
I got
kind of
none.
it. Yeah. It's hard. It's a
You
big
know?
eye opener when you get out. Into
It
the real
is.
world, right?
because
It's
it's
a- oh,
uncomfortable.
fuck,
I
man.
mean, I think
Right.
that's probably why a lot of it is that it's uncomfortable to talk about.
Well, yeah, when you tease your 15-year-old that
Yeah.
he masturbated the night before at the
Right.
morning breakfast table, that's a little weird.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it's,
yeah,
it's
but-
okay.
We tease each other about
Yeah.
it.
I
Like,
can't
what the
imagine
fuck?
what
Why
I
does
would
it
have
matter?
done.
He's going to hear that and shit himself. Sorry.
Oh, man.
Sorry, bud.
That's fine. Well, I was thinking about shit. I'm gonna have a teenager pretty soon.
Yeah.
Do I tease him or do I? Yeah. I'll call you.
Have a conversation with him.
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, I wanted to talk about, I mean, I don't want to spend too much time talking about, the actual trauma itself, but I did want to talk about because in the experience with your ex-wife, like do you find that, I think death in and of itself is traumatizing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that in my case, like I watched you go through it. I remember talking to you, and I was just being really, really impressed by your dialogue, like right after it happened. And like I remember in my own situation, I had a couple of months sober, and then I had an uncle that passed away, and it was he had an accident. It was somewhat unexpected,
Yeah.
but he was older and whatever, and I could hear the addict, right? Like, now's the time. Everybody will understand if now is when you choose to drink. And my question is, like, in the instance, like with trauma specifically, like, is there a difference when it is something like your ex-wife's death was a result of her lifestyle, and in the instance that her death is as tragic or as unexpected as it was, like, does that have a different impact than if she had died naturally or death period? I guess, do you understand what I'm trying to say? It's
Yeah.
like,